Welcome to Sisters in the Kingdom.
I'm Tori,
And I'm Kristen.
and we're two sisters who love all things Disney. To start us off, let's loop back to last week. Last week we shared Brave was the first Disney movie directed by an individual identified as a female. Fact or fiction?
I feel like this would be a good fact. Like female empowerment. Like I feel like Brave, Merida is just a very like girl's girl. Not like girl's girl, but I feel like she's very empowered and I just want this to be directed by a female.
It's not. It's fiction. The first is Frozen. Frozen was the first.
Well, Elsa's kind of same boat.
She's
So
the only princess, now
without
queen,
a prince.
without a man.
Wait, but Merida doesn't have a man.
That's true.
So those two.
Excuse me. But I feel like the whole premise of Merida, or Brave, was that the parents were trying to matchmake her.
That's true.
And that was not the case for Elsa.
That's
so actually the director for Frozen did Frozen 1 and 2 and then advanced in the company. And I can't remember what her role advanced to, but she actually demoted herself to come back to direct for Frozen 3.
Oh, so did you say she did 1 and 2?
Yes. And there's the documentary about 2 out there on Disney Plus, and it's actually a really good documentary. I watched it at the late premiere.
Okay. I should do that. Add it to my list of all these things I need to watch.
I also have come to learn I love documentaries.
I do though.
And my son has adopted that habit. I find him watching animal documentaries all of the time, and we were watching a climbing documentary. And the other day I said, hey, I need you to go calm your body. He came down like after being upstairs. I said, I need you to watch a documentary. And he looked at me, what's a documentary, Mom? I don't know what that is. And I said, the ones about real life and real things. He goes, oh, I love documentaries, Mom. I know.
I love documentaries too. I feel like you learn so much as long as it's like a topic you're interested in. But I watch climbing ones too, and they kind of stress me out. Like the people that are, I'm
like
on the
free solo. I know. So
yes.
I don't know if I care what the documentary's about. That's what I've learned. I love treasure hunting. Those are documentaries, but I just love treasure hunting shows. Again, Kay knows this, but Second Life, if I could redo my life, I would love to be an archaeologist.
I was just talking the other day about how archaeologists work because like you get paid, right? This is not meant to be offensive. This is how my brain works. So you get paid to go look up artifacts or like go search the world. But what happens if you don't find anything? Is your like boss still just like, yep, keep going out there, keep searching?
Most of the time they don't. Well, it depends on
where you find stuff. Most of the
time. Hang on. So it depends on where you are in your career. A lot of these individuals are their own boss, so they have gotten their digs financed. And so they hire crews, and so part of their salary, I have to imagine, is in that finance to go out there. So if you're on a crew, then you would be like bought into that. If you are leading, then it would be like part of the funds that you are doing. Because I watch a lot about Egypt, and they talk about their permits. We're really far off the...
That's okay. Honestly, I'm entertained, so hopefully other people
Nothing having to do with Disney here, folks. But I think, okay, I could tie it to Disney. Okay. I think there's a sense of magic and wonder for me, and like the idea of like finding a hidden treasure. And when I mean treasure, I don't want to find a cave full of gold. I mean, yes, that would be fantastic. But it's more of like the histories of the world, like an ancient secret. And I feel like that's what you get like with Disney too. You get this magic, you get this wonder, you get this like sense of adventure.
I like that.
Yeah. I don't know. I also want everyone to know I do not enjoy being super, super hot. Nope. I do not enjoy bugs of any kind. So that's not in my life for adventure hunting. I don't know any other languages. So
So you're not going to be an archaeologist, is the
No,
moral of the story.
I said second life choice.
Okay.
So anyway,
Board.
sorry I got us so far off track.
That's okay. So today's episode, we are going to go with the topic that was kind of recommended to us of what you guys want to know, which is what you can do at Disney other than rides. So if you're not a go ride family, like you've kind of heard that we can be or lean towards, we're going to tell you other things you can do at Disney. Most, like 99% of this list, are things you can do in Magic Kingdom. We can definitely talk about other parks in the future if you're interested, but these are some things you can do. We'll kind of like go down a list and then expand upon what we have.
Yeah. And I think some background here, I have someone in my life who asked for this topic because they get extremely motion sick. So Kay talks about some of her motion sick. Yeah, but to a different degree.
No, mine's not extreme.
Cannot even like ride anything. Like what's nothing to do with rides. And so when I talk about Disney, their response is always like, ugh, like why would I want to go to Disney? Like it sounds miserable. Like all you can do is ride rides. And they're like, you really need to do an episode on the things that you can do besides riding the rides. And I was like, all right, we can do that. Not always my jam because I love a good ride. But there's so much you can do in the parks.
So much. I feel like we should have brought our mom on for this. She does do like the small, like the rides that you can do with like infants, but for the most part, she doesn't do other rides.
Yes, she does, Mom.
Okay, well, she's gotten better, but I feel like growing up, she didn't do rides with us. She would always go, well, we'll get into what she would do.
Well, to be fair, I think that's like a grandma thing because my kids or my brother's kids will say something to her and she's like, okay, I'll do it.
Yeah, it's more convincing. We're not convincing on our own.
But I will say, so some of the things I wanted nothing to do with riding when I was a kid, I now will ride and I think is fantastic. Like my mom and I, when we were in Disneyland, we rode the like electronic cars last time together, just to ride them.
Yeah, or at Epcot, big fan of Living with the Land. You just sit in a boat and it tells you all about like the greenhouse and how they grow their plants. And I can't grow anything or keep anything alive. So the fact that I find that entertaining is impressive.
Okay, so I normally can't keep anything alive either, but I have an African violet that's going on almost 3 years or 4 years. Now my husband has taken over because somehow between this summer and fall, it started dying. And it was a Mother's Day gift from my daughter. And so he bought special soil and like fertilizer and is literally taking care of it like a baby to make sure it stays alive. But
okay.
I don't know. But okay, back to Disney and what you can do if you are not a rides person.
Mm-hmm.
I think the first thing is just enjoy. Like just take it in. You could do absolutely nothing but just walk around and notice details and probably have the best time ever.
Yes, there are so many details to see because we started doing like the Discovering Disney series. And when we started with Magic Kingdom, I was like, oh my gosh, there are all these things that I haven't seen. And so I was like rushing while Tori was riding rides to go find all these little details that I hadn't noticed before.
There's so many little things. And you could stay in one land and find so many other things. Disney is so good about adding little secret touches here and there. And honestly, so Kay and I have gotten the opportunity to go so many times, right? And so I think with that, we take some things for granted. But if you were doing like a one and done trip, you could soak so much in. It would be a whole different experience.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Okay, where do you want to start?
I say we just start at the top, and I mean, they're like some are less exciting than others, but we'll just go through the list.
Yeah, so the first one is collect pressed pennies, and Kay should talk about this because she went through a phase.
I'm still in it.
Are you?
Yes. I should have brought them up here. I love pressed pennies. So I started collecting pressed pennies at Disney before, like, it's huge now at Disney, but it wasn't as big whenever I first got into it. My first pressed penny I actually found on the ground at Disney, and it had Eeyore on it. Um,
Serendipitous.
yeah. But it got me into it. And then I went around. They have press pennies for every ride, almost every character in the park. They're in all of the parks. They have gone up in price. So originally it was the 50 cents and the 1 penny that we were working with. And now it's like scan your credit card and you can get all 8 pennies kind of thing. But I have 4 books worth of pennies and I collect them outside of Disney too. But I was bummed I didn't bring enough change because it was doing dollar bills in Disneyland and I didn't have any with me. So I only got 3 from that trip.
Gotcha. I will say, so this is one of the least expensive souvenirs. That's pretty unique. So it is a fun thing, and if you're into that, they make books for them, so you can slot them in there, and then you can have that as keepsakes. So it is something fun to do.
I love it. I'll have to show off my books. I should have brought them.
I don't have any. This is something I've never been into, so it's not my thing. You can get a driver's license at Tomorrowland Speedway. So I just talked about the cars, but this wouldn't be something necessarily for older individuals because you probably have a driver's license. But for kids, this is fun. It's like a photo booth, but you get to make your own driver's license, and it comes out like on that material, that laminate. It is expensive-ish. I want to say it's like $7 to $9. So
not terrible for Disney.
Not terrible for Disney. That's true. It is something to do.
Go ahead.
No, you go.
The next one is to go see a show. So this would probably be like one of my top recommendations. If you don't want to ride a ride, go see a show. There are so many shows that you can see.
What's your favorite show?
I like PhilharMagic.
PhilharMagic is a good one. I will say that. So PhilharMagic is a 3D show. We've talked about this before. You've got classic Disney characters. You're running through like mini scenes, and it's in 3D and 4D because it does some other things as well. But it's a fun show. Air conditioning, good seats. It's good.
What's your favorite?
Does Carousel of Progress count?
Yes and no. I feel like it can make you feel a little motion sick as well. You're technically sitting, but you're like...
Okay, if I have to pick one, then it'd be Frozen. It would be Frozen Ever After if I have to pick another show because
okay, so
the story is funny and it makes you laugh. It's harder for me. My friends know this. Kay knows this. There are some really good shows. Like Lion King is a good one at Animal Kingdom.
Oh, I forgot it. It's because I didn't write it down. I forgot about Lion King. That might be my favorite.
Lion King's good. There's a Finding Nemo one that's pretty good.
Yes.
Frozen's good. The Indiana Jones show is pretty good.
Yeah.
People love Beauty and the Beast.
Fun fact, you can get chosen for parts with the Beauty and the Beast. So there's Beauty and the Beast. There's 2 things, sorry. Beauty and the Beast show in Hollywood Studios. That's where she was.
Yeah.
You have Enchanted Tales with Belle that you can go see in Magic Kingdom, and you can get chosen for a part.
Yes, that one you can. But what I was going to say is I'm not a big show person.
She'll skip all of them.
I will. Okay, maybe we should do this. What's your least favorite?
It's tough to be a bug.
Oh, Enchanted Tiki Room.
Okay, but I haven't sat through that one. So
you never sat through it?
No, we've had this conversation. So should we add it to the list?
I've done it in both land and world.
See, what's gonna happen is we're gonna try to go on our girls' trip. We're gonna try to go on this really cool tour, and then we're gonna go to all of these like mini things. She's not gonna come with me. I'm gonna be on like some.
No one's going to want to ever go on this trip. We have to do the Enchanted Tiki Room, Hall of Presidents,
the riverboat, and Tom Sawyer Island. But we've done the other stuff, so it's not like we're truly missing out. You gotta we gotta do thing.
we have to do Tiana's.
Well, yes, that too. But I'm gonna make a list. Even if you don't come with me, I'm gonna be like, all right, I'm going to Tom Sawyer Island.
Terrible. Terrible, folks. Okay. There's also Country Bear Jamboree, which we've never done. Add that to the list.
That's true. And now it's updated. So
It is
it
updated.
could be that, man, this list is looking rough.
Should we add bad food in too?
No.
Should we eat at Pizza Rizzo? And just,
Oh, goodness. But there's a lot of shows. Moral of the story.
you know what, though? We could do some mini blogs about the worst things in Disney World.
But we haven't tried all of them, so we don't know that they're the worst.
True, true, true. Okay. There's also the castle shows.
Yes.
I've never seen these.
You know, I've maybe seen one. It's like middle of the day, and all the character or a lot of the characters come out and they do songs and dances, and it always sounds really cool.
Yeah, it does. Normally we are there. Well, I was going to say when it's hot. The last time we were there, it was hot. And I don't want to stand on Main Street in a pack full of people in the heat. So,
I don't think it's that bad. I don't mind being hot in the same way that Tori does. So if you don't mind the heat, you'll be okay.
you'll be fine. But they are fun shows. They do a few like little fireworks. Normally, again, like Kay said, it's a good chance to see lots of characters, princesses, princes. They do dancing, they sing. So it is a good way to be able to see a lot of those, especially so if your kids especially are really into characters, this is a good way to get it. They also do like a morning show. So like opening the park show as well. I don't recommend that if you are a rides person, because that's the best time to get on rides is first thing when the park opens, but they do that. She's tired.
Yeah, sorry guys.
We record at night, so we haven't shared this, and typically we try to find a day that works, but our schedules don't always align, and so most of the time we have to record when Kay's done a 12-hour shift at work, and I have already done a full day of work, and so I typically am in bed between like
at this time. At the time I get home, she's in bed.
yeah. So it's an effort. So if you see us yawning, it's not because we're bored with one another. It's because this is like end of the rope, end of the day for us.
Yes. Okay, so we said castle show. The next one, parades.
Yes.
You gotta see them. This is one thing that she will do.
Hey, I do. And the last time we did this, we got that such a good spot. It was like luck of the draw, and it was fantastic.
I'm a big fan of the Festival of Fantasy Parade.
The festival.
We can hear it, but we can't recreate it. So just go look it up. It's a great parade in Magic Kingdom. Big fan.
I am a big fan of this. Character meet and greets.
Yeah.
I'll do that. I do like to meet characters. I'm awkward. I feel like it's getting better. But like as an adult, it's hard to meet a character.
Yeah.
Especially a face character. And so what I mean by a face character, like that's a princess.
Yeah.
A prince. Like, because they are fully in their character, right? Like you are talking to Cinderella. So you walk up, you have to enter into Cinderella's world. So my advice, I don't follow this, but my advice would be think of something that you can ask them or talk to them about in their world.
Mm-hmm.
So
they do, the princesses will reference their princess friends sometimes. They can do that.
Yes. But it would be like if I was meeting Cinderella, like I might say like, how is Gus Gus? Like, tell me more about, I don't know.
Your evil stepsister.
Like, no, I was going to say the steps that you
like fucking the floor all the time.
Tell me more about your last slipper.
Yeah, I love talking to characters.
Tiana, you can talk about our food. You can talk about like beignets and like gumbo or like what's your favorite recipe or things like that.
Now, any non-face character, you're more or less having a miming conversation. So you are talking, and then you're trying to figure out what the hand signals mean. So, like, usually they'll like point, like if you're wearing ears, they point to your ears and they'll like show you that they love your ears. So on and so forth. But I feel like I've gotten a lot better at it. I'm a big fan of character meet and greets.
Yes. She is. She's better than me. I'm normally like, oh, hi. Yep, let's get a picture. Okay, bye.
Yeah, my best one was Baymax, and that was when I forgot to take a real picture because I was just so excited.
Let's see. Watch the glass blower.
Yeah, so that's at the Crystal Arts shop on Main Street. They have a glass blower. I have not stopped for this, but that sounds like something cool to see.
It does. I know that, is it Halloween time? They glass blow some pumpkins specifically with like, but it's for the Halloween party and they only do so many each night. And so people wait in a really long line to make sure that they get one.
Oh, I've never heard about that. I'm gonna go look up videos.
Also, did you see, I don't know if it's at um, the Crystal Art shop, but that this year Disney has a Christmas tree and it's a glass tree and it's like I don't know, like half a foot, maybe a little bit more, and it's got some branches off it, and you can pick the like balls to put on it, and
Oh,
it's like characters.
oh yes, I think it might be in Disney Springs.
Okay, I just know that it is,
In in one of their like shops like that
and
because
it's not ridiculous. I want to say it was like $50 or $60.
yeah, and then you get the ornaments. And I've also heard that you can get, if you want, you can buy the tiny ornaments without buying the tree. So you could just go and buy, they have like basically every character on teeny tiny ornaments. It's really cool looking. I kind of wish we were there.
Well, maybe I'll see if it's still there. There you go. Anyways, you can eat snacks. I
That's
am a
really
fan of this.
the
I
best
am a
place.
fan.
Best
I
way
do
to
like
go.
a snack. Yeah, I think Disney is so fun. Maybe this is what I like about fairs too. Like I like trying different food. So this is always a good time.
I agree. The next one, pin trading. We already had our whole pin trading episode, but you can go look for pins in all of the stores. There's pins usually specific to each ride outside of the rides. So if you're not going on the ride, you could go in the gift shop for the ride and check
You can
out
buy pins for the rides that you don't ride.
for your family if they ride.
Gifts. You can listen to the Dapper Dans. This
Big
is something.
fan.
Are you? This is something I don't typically. I don't do this list. This
She
is
doesn't do anything. I could talk to like the whole list almost. I
I
love
know
the Dapper
who they
Dan.
are, and I think they're fantastic. They are a barbershop quartet, which really reminds probably both of us of our grandpa,
Mm-hmm.
who was in a barbershop quartet. And they sing classic Disney songs, and they do them sometimes in like different riffs or variations. They are what are they called in Halloween? They're like the
The Cadaver Dans.
yes, they're fun. So it is a good time. It does bring some of that like old time feel to a place.
Their voices are just amazing. So if you're going to go to Magic Kingdom, a lot of times they will come out. There's kind of two spots where you will see them more often, and one is right above, like right where the railroad is. So if you come in the main entrance, you'll see the castle in front of you. If you turn around and look up, they'll come out up above you. And then a lot of times for parties, they will be above where the Country Bear Jamboree is.
Yes. Yeah.
But I took a video of the Dapper Dans in Disneyland, and they sang "Poor Unfortunate Soul."
Oh,
It was really good. I stopped in the street and listened to the whole thing.
all right. Two different people. The other one is tours. We've talked about tours. Neither one of us have done a tour.
No, but there's so many. We could do a whole episode on all of the. I know we've talked about some of them, but all of the tours that are offered because there are so many.
Yes. Again, I think this is hard if you are a like one and done Disney
Yeah.
person because they take up a portion of your day. So
Mhm.
you have to be willing to give that up. I think we go frequently enough that giving up a portion of our day doesn't really feel like we're giving anything up.
Right. It's also an additional expense. So any of the tours are an additional expense, and you have to pay to get into that park before the tour.
Yeah.
So
So there's that.
another reason we haven't done one yet, but it's on
Stay
our
tuned.
list.
Stay tuned. It's on the list. Monsters Inc. Laugh Floor. I
I
have done
guess it is
this.
another show, technically.
It is another show. I will say if you get embarrassed easily, this might not be the show for you. So
I
we
love
talked
it. If
about
you
it.
get embarrassed, just sit further away. There are lamps. Try
Don't
to
sit
sit
by a
out
lamp.
of the light.
Yes. There you go. Perfect. Have a silhouette cut at this shadow box on Main Street. Okay. So there are some that I have seen are so good. They take like a few minutes. It's literally like a black piece of paper and they cut out your silhouette. I've seen some really good ones that like parents do of their kids throughout the
Mhm.
years. They'll do it of a pet if you bring a pet picture.
I know we almost had one done of one of our dogs when we were in Disneyland. Like we got in line and checked it out.
Let me guess which one of their dogs. I hope the other dog isn't listening. They may have a favorite.
They're just different. They're different. Oh goodness. Actually, we did while we were there. We pulled up pictures of both of them. We decided if we were going to get it, we were going to get two. But then
Oh,
we were like, where are we ever going to put these? So we
nowhere.
decided to get out of line.
Yeah, it's definitely like I feel like back at like late 80s, early 90s when like these silhouettes were like, oh, yeah. Okay, so last year, me and some of my coworkers did Christmas pictures,
Uh-huh.
and we did like the old 80s, and we went to J.C. Penney, and we literally did one of those pictures where you're staring off into the distance.
Uh-huh.
And we got it printed, and we have an 8x10 version of this picture where we all signed underneath ourselves, and it's sitting on our CEO's desk. And so sometimes when we zoom in on meetings with him, you'll see our picture in the back, and I'm like, why is that still there? Like,
I love that. How fun.
no, it's something. Okay, you can climb Swiss Family Treehouse.
You can stare. It's mostly stairs.
Well, that's a climb. It's a lot.
That's true. There are a lot of stairs. But this it's not a favorite activity of mine, but I guess if you're not going to do rides, it's a good way to kill time.
I've never done this either.
Really? I
Oh,
went with my friend Kylie, and I think that she has me step out of my like normal Disney zone and just wants to take in the ambiance, and I love that. So there's some hidden Mickeys in the treehouse, so you should check it out.
I should climb. Maybe add it to the list. Um, get an ornament personalized and yield Christmas shopping. Okay, I have not done this. I think our mom has. I have decided, I have decided I'm going to get custom ears when I'm there on my next trip.
Yes. So are you gonna get the leather ones
Yeah.
and then oh, what are they gonna say?
I don't know. I don't know. Something.
Okay. I love it. I love the customization. I still reluctantly have not decorated my Christmas tree. Oh, let's not all judge me. My ornaments are laying out, so we're almost there.
I am judging her, y'all. We are
I
halfway.
know, but I didn't get my tree up until after Thanksgiving because it was making its way.
It's going to be up for like 2 weeks.
I know, but I'm trying to wait until like one more day because my dog had surgery and is currently wearing a cone and has no spatial awareness. It just keeps ramming this cone into the tree. And I don't want.
How much flocking did you get all over the ground? Isn't it the worst? Your whole clothes?
Yeah, so our matching Christmas trees that we mentioned, they're flocked, and I have decided that that is the worst tree to fluff that I have ever participated in. I had cuts on my
I
arm.
told you to wear a swimsuit while doing it. Like, no matter what you wear, you're
It was stuck to me everywhere. We were vacuuming. One of the vacuums like stopped sucking. Like like disastrous. So I kind of don't want to put the ornaments on because more is gonna fall off.
It gets better. Mine has not been falling.
Okay, but all of this to say, I love custom ornaments. So I have a bunch of Disney ornaments that are customized from race weekends. So when I went, I started and a few before that from Disney. I decided it was important to me to have years of when I went and did things. So whenever I did the genie challenge, I got a little genie in a lamp ornament, and then it says 19.3 on the back. And for the dopey challenge, I got a dopey and it says the year on it, and so on and so forth. We love Haunted Mansion, and I think Joe's first trip was 2021. So we have a Haunted Mansion doom buggy that says 2021.
Nice. So what are you going to get when we go in February?
Whatever speaks. I don't know. Maybe something Maleficent related because it'll be like the run.
Nice.
We'll see. But I love a customized ornament. It just makes the tree more fun.
Or Ursula for me.
Yeah? We could do that.
Yeah, of course we could. Let's see. You can listen to the piano player outside Casey's corner. Okay.
He doesn't do this.
I have not read fully through this list, so as I'm reading it out loud to all of you, I'm like,
Guys, you should stop by if he's there. So Casey's Corner, you're walking down Main Street. It's the last restaurant on the left. This man's, I mean, it's probably multiple men that play the piano. I haven't seen any women yet do it. Fantastic. They do like Disney renditions of songs.
They take recommendations. So think, if you were my age, I'm not saying it out loud, but if you were around my age, when I was in college, there were piano bars, a lot of them. And so that's what this reminds me of, because that's what we did. Also, fun fact, Disney does have a piano bar, Jelly Rolls, which is on the boardwalk, and it is the latest place that stays open, I believe 2 a.m. So if you want some nostalgia, you can go to an actual piano bar.
Oh, and if you're listening right now, they have a Christmas overlay, so this would be really the best time to go.
We just wanted to drop some fun hints for you of things we can't do right now, but here you go.
Yeah, if you live close by.
Yes.
Pop in.
Maybe we should do that.
Ooh, we could do that.
We could do that. We could do that Friday night.
We need to make a list.
We do need a list.
The things are getting too long and my brain can't.
But that could be fun for the four of us.
Yes.
Okay.
Next, you can hunt for hidden Mickeys. They're all over. She's laughing. Guys, I don't think she likes this list, but I'm telling you, I have done a lot of these activities.
If our brother was on here, he used to be super into this. Like back in the day
So
when
good
we
at
used
it.
to go to Disney, you would have those big travel books and it would tell you all about Disney, but there was a hidden Mickey book that my brother had, I believe. And so he would hunt for hidden Mickeys and then tell us where to look for them.
Yeah.
The playground at the Dumbo entrance.
This is more for kids. I was stretching a little. But there is, if you don't want to ride Dumbo, but someone you are with wants to ride it, there's a huge playground inside that you can go hang out at and kill some time. Especially if you just have a little that can't ride some things and you're waiting on other people, go to the playground.
You can get a buzzer like at restaurants. I don't think they do these anymore, but they hand you a buzzer like you are at a restaurant, and it buzzes when it's your time to ride the ride.
There you go.
Kay's done this one.
Yes. So the next one is Make a Wish at the Wishing Well. I love the Wishing Well probably because my wish came true. So I think everyone should go make a wish. But it's right outside of Cinderella Castle. So if you're looking at the castle, go to the right. If you're coming like down Main Street for when you first enter, go to the right. There's a wishing well off in the corner. It has like little mice underneath of it, like fun little carvings. You can get so cute of pictures. And they have, like, if you want to drop coins down, make a wish, you can. And the coins are all donated to children's charities in Orlando.
I also want to say we guided Kay to this wishing well. Now, not that she wouldn't have made a wish, but I think we brought it up like multiple times. And we're like, oh, do you want to go make a wish? So we knew it was coming. Okay. Hunt for hidden Pascals. This part is fun and hard to find.
Have you done it?
No.
I have. Not fully, but enough. So there's a restroom. The only place that Rapunzel gets is a restroom. It's a very nice bathroom.
It's the best bathroom.
But there are, I want to say it's between either 7 or 9 hidden Pascals, and they are so hard to find. Anytime someone in our family needs to use the restroom there, like I come out and I spend all my time looking for Pascals, and I think I've found 2.
I think there's 9, right?
I said either 7 or 9. I
I
can't
think there's
remember
9.
exactly,
I think 9.
but they are well hidden. So you could spend a lot of time there.
You could. You could.
But you also have to dodge around all of the people that are sitting and waiting for their family that's in the restroom.
Also true. Kay can talk about the last thing on this list, but before she gets there, I will also say if you are doing a more leisurely trip, one, take a break during the day. You can go resort hopping. You can go to different resorts, explore, enjoy. You can also go eat at different resorts, go have a sit down meal, even in the park that you're in. That will take a couple hours and you will just be able to enjoy yourself. And it will make it feel like your trip is not just a theme park trip.
A full experience.
Yes.
The last one I put on the list, because it might be my favorite activity, is to sit on the hub grass. So there is basically AstroTurf in front of the castle. No, it's fake grass. And you can sit, eat a snack, stare at the castle, get some photos taken. Just enjoy, like, take a second to enjoy that you're at Disney. And I think that's my favorite. I've started doing it recently. And then, like, I got my family last time to sit, and that's where we ate. And I just feel like you just have that moment of looking at the castle. Like, that to me is the Disney experience. You're with the people you love, you see the castle, you hear the music from Main Street. Just soak it in for a minute, because you don't know when you may be able to go again. Like, I feel like we take for granted a lot that we are able to go more often, but every time I'm there, I really try to soak it in, because I always say you never know when your last trip might be. So
yes,
yeah,
it's a good way. I have something else for our list for you to add. I also want to do Trader Sam's.
Oh, me too, but that's not in the theme park.
No, I'm just saying we need it on our list because
on our list.
Our list, not this list, our list. Because we're going to be staying at the Polynesian, and that's at the Polynesian. I really feel like we got to figure it out.
Okay, making a list.
Are you
Trader
checking?
Sam's. There was something else. Trader Sam's, and then we said, the Piano Bar.
Jelly rolls.
Thank you. Jelly rolls.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
it said Phillips on my phone, so I guess it doesn't like jelly.
All right. I've gotten us off track. I put us back on track. I get us off again. But before we go, we have to end the way we always do, and I need to give a fact or fiction about some Disney lore. So next time you'll find the answer, but this is Toy Story was the first Pixar movie to receive an Oscar for Best Animated Film. Join us next time for the answer.
You've been listening to Sisters in the Kingdom. If you like this episode, please drop us a rating or review below. We hope you've enjoyed this little piece of Disney in your day. And remember, you are the magic.